Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my garden. Today, I just have some random harvesting and chores that need to be done because it's gonna rain, most likely. There's been a chance of rain all day. We've gotten a few spotty storms here and there, but I've been trying to dry out my onions so that I could harvest them easier. And if it's gonna rain, they're gonna get wet. And even though all of them aren't breaking, because onions break themselves over when they're ready to harvest. So all of them aren't breaking, but I don't want them to get saturated and wet again. So I have this tray with me, and we're just gonna harvest the onions, because why not? So first I'll get all of the ones that are in with other things. Nice. Might as well get all this grass out while I'm here. These ones are Calibra onions. I have been harvesting mostly Australian brown, but a majority of the onions that I have are Calibra. Oh, that one was really in there. Oh, that one was ready for sure. Here's one in this container. This one is an Australian brown. Much shallower roots. Let's get this grass. I think that's all of the onions on this side of the garden. So now we need to go over there. I just put this cardboard here earlier today so that my love bug knows what are my plants versus grass when he mows the yard later today. No onions in this container, but there are in this one. Here's one right here. Oh, these are my yellow of Parma onions. I only got a couple of these to germinate. Oh, this one's much bigger. That's a big onion. Those are the yellow of Parma. We'll set those right there. And we have this entire container. You might be able to hear that thunder in the background. Basically a shallot. This one actually is ready. This is what I mean by broken. This is what you call the neck, and this one broke its own neck, so it is ready to go. Oh, apparently that one's ready to go right now, he says. We just witnessed this one break. That's pretty crazy. Okay, let's take these around. This one might be the biggest so far. Let's grab these yellow of Parma. Put those right there, opposite to the Australian brown. And then I should be able to grab these ones from over here. Now that's some onions. Definitely my best onion harvest ever. I'm not sure if this is the biggest one. I'm gonna weigh them. once they cure and I'm able to cut the tops off, but it's a pretty decent sized onion. I always like to think, would I pay for that? Like, would I see this in a grocery store and pay for that? And the answer to that is yes, I absolutely would. They smell really good. The next thing I came out here to harvest is potatoes. So these potatoes are starting to look pretty bad, and that's what you want when you're growing potatoes. You let the tops die back so that the roots or bulbs or tubers, whatever you want to call them, are as mature as they can be when you harvest them. Usually I would let these die all the way back, but tomorrow's grocery shopping day and I don't have any potatoes, so I thought, why buy them? I have them in my yard. So I brought some cardboard out here. There's a lot of weeds, but I thought we could lay this cardboard. My thought was to lay out some cardboard like this and then cut off the tops of the plants, just dump them over and see what we get. Okay, my hair is gonna have to go up because it is hot. I see lots of mosquitoes around here, but I want potatoes. So my cat is fighting with me over my harvest basket, and he got to it first today. So I have a couple of strainers, and that's what we're gonna put the potatoes in. Let's go for this one. These are Kennebec potatoes, and I didn't do anything terribly fancy when I planted these. I just dug really deep holes, put seed potatoes in there, 3 per container, and called that good. Here's the first tiny little potato. Here's another one. Nice. This is pretty dry. I'm happy about that. It's much less fun to harvest potatoes and in-ground things when the soil is wet. Yeah, much less fun. Okay. Couple more potatoes. That's like the size I'm buying from the store or in my area, so I'm not upset about it so far. I'm going to try to get some of the mulch off because I reused my mulch and push that to the side. Oh my goodness, it's hot out here. That's a good one. All right, here we go. Potato. Rock. So this is what we're looking at. I don't think any potatoes are down there. I've found all 3 seed potatoes already. And the new potatoes grow in between the top of the soil and your seed potatoes. So I really don't think any are down there. And it's really compact. So I'm just going to leave it where it is and put all this back in. And we will harvest one more. I'm going to separate them so I can see how much came out of each container. Oh, there's lots of ants in this container. Oh, some big potatoes too. Oh my gosh, that's so many ants. Sorry, ants, but these are my potatoes. Oh yeah, they have made a home in there. Okay, this is from the first bucket, and this is from the second bucket. Let's weigh them. And we'll just do some potatoes and do a few batches. £2.183. Tear it again. $1.367. Oh, 1.369 pounds. And there was 3 per container, so 0.22 times 3 is 0.66, so less than a pound of potatoes made over 3 pounds of potatoes. Let's do the other one. I'm pretty sure there are more potatoes out of the second container, but I'm not sure if there's more weight. I think so. I think there's more in this second container. So that's 2.189 pounds. This one is weirdly shaped. It was way down by the roots, and the roots were cutting into the potato. Okay, that's 1.947 pounds. I think that's already more in total than the other basket. And now all we have left is these tiny little potatoes. That is 0.234 pounds of potatoes. Let me add that up real quick. This first container was over 3.5 pounds. Second container was close to 4.5 pounds. So more in the second one, but a lot more small potatoes. Quite a few big potatoes in this first one. I just pulled over 7 pounds of potatoes out of my backyard. And I only paid $5 for all of my seed potatoes. So I've already paid myself back. I also harvested a few things out of the garden earlier before I brought you guys along with me, and let's see how much those weigh, just for the heck of it. So I'm going to put this bowl on here, tear it, and then set this on top of the bowl. That is 0.884, so 0.85, almost a pound of zucchini. This is the biggest tomato that I've harvested from my garden so far. It is not terribly happy, but it's a Dr. Witchy, so it's fine. It also has a little baby on it, but let's see how much that weighs. 0.408, not quite half a pound. And I already used some. I think I harvested like 9 cucumbers. I only have 3 left, so let's just weigh these 3. That is 1.105 pounds of cucumbers right there. And then I did get a bunch of cherry tomatoes, so just for funsies. Oh, I caught that even though it fell off the counter. This is 1.54 pounds of potatoes. I only weighed the biggest one a minute ago, but I also got some larger tomatoes that aren't huge, but so that is 2.125 pounds of tomatoes. So I'm not going to do that math for that right this second, but when I'm editing this video, I'll do the math and tell you how much in weight I harvested from my garden today. I love seeing a full harvest basket, so I'm sure you do too. I love these Italian striped zucchinis. There's all the tomatoes we just weighed and 3 cucumbers. The other cucumbers, I cut the ends off and cut them in half and just put them in a pickle jar. Like I had a jar of pickles, finished the pickles, but I kept the brine and just thought I would use it to make my own pickles. Yay! That's a good bit of food for one day. Okay, here are all the onions. These are the Calibra, and I'm realizing that these are pretty good sized onions. I'm really happy with that. Got more Calibra down here, more Calibra right here. These are the 2 yellow of Parma onions. This one is actually pretty big, might be one of my biggest onions in general. And then these are the last of my Australian brown onions. And these are all Calibra onions that are just really small and won't store very long. So I have these separated so I can just use them first. Look how good all my garlic is looking too. So happy with how this turned out. I have an abundance. Look at this one. It's pretty big. I'm pretty happy with that, and I'm going to have a fan going on these so that they can dry out back here on these shelves. Alright guys, that's kind of a lot of what I had to do today. That covers most of it. I do want to harvest this one pepper right here. This plant is Pippin's Golden Honey Pepper, and this is the first one that has fully ripened. So I wanted to try it. It's supposed to be really good. Look at all the little peppers on this plant though. So cute. Is it a risk to just take a bite of a pepper out of your garden? Could there be a bug in there? Yeah. Is it dirty? Probably. Am I going to do it anyway? Absolutely. I'm not going inside to wash it just to take a bite and taste it. Ooh, got something on my face. So here we go. Oh, that's good. Listen to that crunch. That's really good. What I had heard about these peppers is that they're very similar to the little snacking peppers that you get in a bag at the grocery store, and that is absolutely what they taste like. I do have some more garden chores and things to do over the next couple of days. I am going to clean up that cardboard so that it doesn't turn into mush when it rains. But I think that's it for today. I really enjoy harvesting potatoes. It's one of my favorite things. I guess harvesting onions is another one of my favorites. There's something about it, just the snap of the roots and the circle that it leaves in the in the mulch of the container. Alright guys, I have to go back inside and make dinner. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here, and I will see you all back in the garden very soon.